Surviving an active shooter. A Walmart meeting that turned into a mass murder. A young mom, new at work, managed to escape the horror and recalls the catastrophe. Jessica Wolzowski had just gotten this job. Night shift at Walmart meant stable paychecks for her to go home to her 15-month-old. Jessica's boss, Andre Bing, seemed like the type of manager to look out for. Bing had been working at Walmart since 2010, but lately, complaints of bullying and harassment had gotten him demoted. After a lot of complaining on Bing's end, he had been reinstated as team lead, and his odd behavior continued. It seemed like he might be terminated soon due to the number of HR complaints piling up against him. Jessica kept her head down, but she often heard Bing harassing and bashing other workers. His condescending, threatening demeanor made her very uncomfortable. Andre had recently asked the team if they had active shooter training. Upon their answer in yes, he smiled strangely and left them. Eerily, he had been obsessively talking about how people would remember his name if he got fired. The night of November 3rd, 2022, everyone was gathered in the break room for a meeting. Jessica was facing a colleague when she heard a loud bang and a rush of air. She couldn't register what had happened until more shots were fired. Someone ran out the door. She was shaking, and all she could think of was her baby and her coworkers as she dove under the table, cowering behind her bag. The way he was acting, he was going hunting, she said. Police later found a list of employees he wanted dead. Suddenly, she heard him come back in. Heart thundering in her chest, she squeezed her bag, thinking, "This is it." In fact, he shot the dead bodies, making sure he had killed everyone on his list. Bing pointed the gun at her forehead and said, "Jessie, go home." Did he change his mind? She slid out carefully, eyes lowered to the ground, not wanting to see the massacre. She could see the blood and smell the smoke, terrifyingly aware of the unhinged man behind her. Leaving the break room, she ran for her life. Outside, she saw more employees hiding or running. In the distance, she could hear sirens. "It's over." She breathed a sigh of relief and burst out sobbing. Finally, Bing turned the gun on himself and died before first responders could reach him.